Allow yourself to settle comfortably in the bed and close your eyes. Notice the sensations of the bed making contact with the body. Notice how securely the bed holds and supports the body. And as you appreciate how securely the body is held and supported by the bed, you'll be able to relax into that support as you come to experience that support more fully in some way. Allow the body to breathe on its own as you observe the rise of the breath as the body breathes in, and the fall of the breath as the body breathes out. Notice the sensations you experience as the body breathes in and as the breath rises, and out as the breath falls. Now allow the breath to become a little slower and more natural with each exhale. And as the breath switches over from the inhalation to the exhalation, notice the welcome sense of release that occurs and how the body relaxes more and more. Along with the exhale and that welcome sense of release, notice how your sensations and experiences change as you move off to a familiar, safe, and comfortable state of trance, going to a depth of trance that's just right for you tonight. Whenever you'd like to begin, you start that state of trance as you listen to the sound of my voice. I wonder just how curious you might be about this calming, restful experience that you are going to experience today and be able to use again in the future whenever you need. That's right. Starting by just noticing the position of your body. And today, that may be the feeling of laying down, the body being supported by the bed. Noticing the sound of the breath moving in and out. That's right. Just noticing as you settle the mind and the body, letting each exhale bring with it a bit more calm to the body and the mind. And in this experience, I'd like you to see yourself driving somewhere in the mountains, a nice, gently winding road where yours is the only car, no traffic to bother or disturb. Enjoying how easily the car responds, and really enjoying the beautiful mountain scenery unfolding around you as you move deeper and deeper into the mountains. That's right. And I'm not sure what those most calming mountains look like in your mind's eye, whether you're in the gentle rolling pastel shades of the American Smokies, far away from the stresses of modern life in the remote Himalayas, smiling at the golden leaves of aspens in the Rockies as they settle down in autumn, readying themselves to rest for the winter, or mountains of the imagination existing only in your mind. And as you drive, you see a lake, a deep, crystal clear mountain lake, reflecting the light in the late afternoon, sparkling gently on the water. And as you look forward with eager anticipation to your destination, you begin to see the mountain house just off in the distance on the side of the lake in the mountains. You may hear the sound of the tires on the gravel or the leaves on the ground as you pull into the mountain inn, a place designed down to every stone and beam to give weary travelers the perfect refuge for rest. And as you open the heavy, solid door at the entry, noticing how safe and cozy and secure the inn is, and as you open the door, you are warmly greeted by a smiling face that seems almost familiar, and you notice you feel a weight lifted off your shoulders, completely at ease. The innkeeper greets you with a warm welcome and tells you just how much they have been looking forward to your visit, and passes you a nice, heavy physical key, directing you around the corner to your room. The innkeeper tells you, to your pleasant surprise, that they've given you a lovely suite right overlooking the lake in the calmest, most restful area of the building. And you go around the corner to a nice, solid, heavy door, sliding the heavy iron key into the lock, opening the door as it opens into a perfectly cozy sleeping chamber with a pair of French doors opening onto a small balcony overlooking the lake, framed against the mountains. So calming, so relaxing. And setting your bags down, you move to the balcony to take in the beautiful scenery here in the mountains where you can unwind and restore. And as you take in the beautiful scene here, noticing the temperature that seems to be just right, whether that is cozily warm or lightly cool, whatever the temperature would be, just right. You look down on the balcony and see 3 large, heavy stones, so large that you can just move them safely. You realize with a sense of knowing that these 3 heavy stones are whatever bothers or troubles or aches that could keep sleep and rest away, even here in the relaxing mountain inn. And knowing just how much the body and the mind want to rest, you bend over, lifting up one of those heavy stones, balancing it on the ledge of the balcony before heaving it over and watching it as it drops with a satisfying plop down into the lake, watching it drift away further and further, deeper and deeper. And as it fades into the distance, noticing just how weary and sleepy you are feeling as the sun sinks down beyond the range. And heaving up that second stone, letting go of remaining tensions, discomfort, or worries, and that you are in a place where you can just plop down and rest, dropping this stone away as it sinks away, further and further, really noticing that pleasant sense of letting go, drifting down, finding it harder and harder to stay awake. And that last stone you pick up, with all the energy you have left, dropping it over, not even waiting to watch it drift away with the last of your wakefulness. And as you turn to return to the room in the inn, knowing that here in this inn, you're dropping into a deep restorative state. You drop into a restorative sleep with nothing left to bother and nothing left to disturb. And that you'll be able to wake refreshed at whatever time you need to rise. And that each time you revisit the sleep chalet, you'll find it easier and easier to settle in, to find this perfect space where you can pass into the sleep that you welcome and enjoy.